What happened? The project closed. Oh, I opened another project. My bad. So we will continue now creating the second type of Likert scale matrix, visually speaking, which is the one that the designer of the instrument just puts the options, but the each point of the Likert scale will not be repeated like this. It's going to be on the top. So let's see if we can. Yeah, I guess I'm going to change this slightly here. This type, I'm going to put here. So our canvas ran out of space, right? So I will, for the sake of this video and this training, I'm going to disable the one that I have done and paste, I'm sorry, duplicate the one that I'm going to be working with. So this is going to be type 2 because I'm not going to enter how to swap or make pages or whatever, buttons. No, this is just about how to create a streamlined instrument for data collection Unity using the very basic elements of Unity. You can notice that we didn't import anything, right? So as we were talking, the second way people usually use these blocks, if anyone has filled a Qualtrics survey, you might have seen before. They have the labels on the top. So we don't need this. Yeah, this is for Unity, this is not intuitive. I'm going to hide the labels then. Of deleting or whatever. And I have to do this on all of them. So this is a great time for us to see prefab variants. Like I need to make this change to this prefab toggle. But if I apply the changes, everything that in the original prefab is going to be changed as well. So what I'm going to do is to create a prefab variant. So I made the change that I wanted. Actually, I'm going to do, no, yeah, this is the only change I need to do. No, I need to do some more changes. The backgrounds I need to put in the middle a little like this. I don't think I need a prefab variant in this case because it's kind of, let's undo everything. Okay, what I'm gonna do is to create a prefab of this object here, the original survey type. Ta-da! Okay, so this is a prefab now. And here, I'm going to break these toggles completely, these prefabs, because I want to have a new type of toggle. Yeah, it's better that I do it again. All right, so I'm going to delete this. Bye. Prefab, break, unpack. In this type of toggle, I will not need a label, so bye. I just need the background with the check mark. And I can position this in the middle. All right. Is this enough? Toggle labelless. So it seems this Likert scale has a horizontal. It does. Look at that horizontal layout group. So as I'm pasting, they are already organizing themselves one next to the other, which is great. So if I want to, look at that, the magic of using layout groups correctly. Okay, this is what I want. What I need to do now is to create a label for the Likert scale. So I'm gonna duplicate this one over here that is just text, drag to be a child of this new type 2 that I'm doing, reset the rect transform, move it a little down to where I want. All right, that's what I want. I'm gonna name it X. It's gonna be Likert scale labels. 5-point Likert scale labels. I'm gonna remove the scale just to be simpler. We can do this in many ways. I can type everything here, like extremely important, which is not gonna work. So I'm gonna leave this as the parent for this space, and I'm gonna have new UI text, which I can even duplicate the same. I'm going to hide these others just for me to focus here. First one is extremely important. So since this is a label, I'm going to have it a little emphasized, but not as emphasized as the prompt. So maybe I can put it 24, maybe bold and italic. Yes. And truncate? No. Wrap. Like this. And in the middle, And that seems to be great. So I'm going to open only the first one, believable, for me to see where the things are. One thing that I can see that the number one, believable, is off. So I'm going to move down like this. And I'm going to adjust now the organization of these things. I'm gonna touch the middle of the believable just to help me, and the tops as well, just to help me. But how do I make this become right below the extremely important? I can do either do like this, or I can manually. No, I cannot manually because it has a horizontal layout. So let's see how what we can do in the horizontal layout here. Padding left. Ta-da! Good. I'm gonna open the next one. It's too close, but can you see the grayed out outline of the believable parent? I'm gonna use that as a reference. So when I touch, it kind of snaps. And I'm going to delete all the other liked things because I don't want to do that manually. Oh, I'll have to change the label name. Okay, doesn't matter. Here, I want to duplicate this one to approachable. And then I write approachable. Ta-da! Next, honest. Again, I'm gonna move it down to organize. I'm gonna do this with all of the others already. Oops, we almost ran out of space. Change the name so I don't forget. Honest, successful, qualified. All right, I prepared everything here. Now I'm going to continue in my label here. Extremely important, duplicate. So I don't have a horizontal layout element here. So when I duplicate, it kind of puts on top of the other. I'm going to undo, duplicate. It gets darker. So I just need to do this myself. Here it's not that big deal. So if you think it's a lot of work, you can always activate a horizontal layout element. Not that it's easy, but if as long as you know and you are aware that it really makes everything very strict, it might be helpful. So the scales are very important now. Then we have, oops, somewhat important, slightly important, and not important at all. And just for the record, in this specific question, we are following the example that REDcap provided for their matrix. Let me show you here. Where is that? Here. This is the example that they provided in their documentation, so we are just following this up. Now I'm gonna change the labels of the game object itself. So I can copy here. This is the name of the game object, and this is the text I want to print. Copy the name of the game object, put into the text I want to print. Again, and ta-da! So bare bones, this is the second way people prepare surveys. Uh, just like I said before, if you have completed a Qualtrics or maybe a Survey Monkey kind of survey, you might have seen this. What they also have to help people, they add some visuals. We can do these visuals very quickly here. For example, we can add a line in between the columns, or we can put a shade uh, in the back. Let's see here. So I'm gonna correct this positioning here now. So if this was the case, this believable text, I would create an image. I would use direct transform to stretch it. I would change the transparency level, the alpha level here, A, to 100, and I would move this image, that is the back shade, and it's an image that I'm using to do this, the top. So, ooh, isn't this where I put the, where is it believable text? Here. No, where is the believable text? Oh, this is the, so the believable cannot be the parent. The text could not be the parent. The image should be the parent because I need it to be on top, so it's behind. So that's too bad. I don't think I'm gonna do this. It's extra. This is a nice to have. So I'm going to undo everything. Oh yeah, stop. So I'm going to undo, and this is it. If I want the second type, I enable. If I want the first type, I enable. And I'm going to make this second type into a prefab temporarily. So if someone wants in the future to improve this, that's a great practice. Save. All right. The next video, we will implement REDcap, the APA that Nathan created for us, to make sure that the answers we are putting here in Unity is being submitted to REDcap instantaneously.